Hi, my name is Dr. Jennifer Blackwood. I'm the Director of Physical Therapy at the University of Michigan-Flint. Today I'd like to talk to you about a new opportunity that has come on our campus that combines both an undergraduate and graduate degree to achieve your goal of becoming a physical therapist. So what is the traditional way to becoming a physical therapist or to achieving your DPT, otherwise known as the Doctor of Physical Therapy degree, which is our entry-level degree for physical therapists? Well, typically students take 4 more years to complete their undergraduate education. They apply to a DPT program in physical therapy during their senior year of their education, and if they are accepted, the DPT program or the program that takes them to achieve their education in physical therapy is an additional 3 years long. We have a new program at the University of Michigan-Flint, and it is the Physical Therapy Accelerated Pathway. This innovative program is not only smart because it combines both your undergraduate and graduate degrees, but it is a good choice because it cuts in cost relative to the amount of tuition that you or your parents would have to pay, and it's also in less time. So instead of 7 years plus to achieve your physical therapy degree, you can do this in 6 years and with 33 fewer credits, thus decreasing overall time and tuition for you to enter into the field of physical therapy. So how does this work? First of all, you apply to the University of Michigan-Flint through undergraduate admissions. You declare that your major is within the Department of Public Health and Health Sciences, and then you take classes within the first 3 years in the Bachelor of Science in Health Sciences, which includes courses in general education, as well as the prerequisite courses for physical therapy. Please note that courses for this accelerated program will require that you take some coursework over the spring and or summer semester. You'll apply to enter the DPT program in the fall semester of your junior year. This is different than the traditional model, whereas individuals typically apply to enter into a physical therapy program in the fall semester of their senior year. And you will apply to our program, the University of Michigan-Flint's Doctor of Physical Therapy program. Your application will be reviewed as it would with any other applicant. And if you are accepted, the first 2 semesters of the Doctor of Physical Therapy program also count as your final semesters or your senior year of your bachelor's degree. Please note that in order for you to maintain your position within the accelerated program, that you have to achieve a GPA of at least 3.3, and that if you claim as an undergraduate student that you're in the Physical Therapy Accelerated program, it does not guarantee acceptance into our DPT program. Let's talk a little bit more about how to apply to the Doctor of Physical Therapy program. As I mentioned earlier, in the fall semester of your junior year, you will apply to the University of Michigan's Physical Therapy program, which is held on the Flint campus. You do have to be accepted into the Doctor of Physical Therapy program. This is different because there are some physical therapy accelerated pathway programs that allow a student to be entered as a freshman, or what they call an early assurance program. Our accelerated pathway program is not a freshman direct admit program, nor is it an early assurance program. What it is something that cuts off time as well as tuition dollars for you to apply to and be accepted into the DPT program. If you don't maintain the required GPA as a part of the accelerated program, or you feel like the coursework is intense and you're not able to complete it within the 3 years' time before the DPT program, you can switch to the traditional 4-year track for the Bachelor's of Science in Health Sciences and then reapply to the DPT program, thus completing the traditional way into a physical therapy education degree. Let's talk a little bit about the Physical Therapy Accelerated Pathway curriculum. As I mentioned previously, the first 3 years of this program will require you to complete coursework that is not only the prerequisite courses for the physical therapy program, but to also obtain your Bachelor's of Science in Health Sciences degree. The final 3 years of the program are the traditional graduate level Doctor of Physical Therapy education curriculum. So your first 90 to 93 credits will be what you will complete for your bachelor's degree in health sciences. And then the last 3 years will require you to complete 120 credits of coursework over those 3 years, including clinical internships, to complete your Doctor of Physical Therapy education and then be eligible to sit for a licensure exam to become a physical therapist. So why would a person choose the University of Michigan-Flint's Physical Therapy Accelerated Pathway program to become a physical therapist? First, those individuals that like to save at least 1 year of time and at least $13,000 plus of tuition dollars. By combining both the Bachelor's of Science degree as well as the DPT degree, individuals get the opportunity to get both the undergraduate and graduate degrees in less time and therefore saving money. What does this mean for an average student? Well, it means that you enter the job force earlier and become a physical therapist sooner, and thus earning a high income and a high paying career at 1 year sooner than you would if you did the traditional model. In addition to that, our physical therapy program has been around for over 70 years, and by going through this model, the Physical Therapy Accelerated Pathway, not only would you get a University of Michigan degree, but you would get one from a nationally ranked physical therapy program. In fact, multiple years in a row, we have been ranked high in the U.S. News and World Report in their list of best graduate schools. In addition to that, and probably most importantly, you will learn from some of the best educators, researchers, scholars, and community service leaders in the profession of physical therapy, all at the University of Michigan-Flint. Please apply now. Here is a QR code for you to apply to the Physical Therapy Accelerated Pathway program, and know that we will support you throughout this process to be able to achieve your goals of becoming a physical therapist. If you want to find out more about what we're doing as a department, and us meaning the physical therapy department, or the public health and health sciences department, which houses the Bachelor's of Science within this program, I encourage you to follow us on our social media as listed on this page. So if you're wondering about the undergraduate application process, there's two different ways to do this. One is the standard admission, which you can see on the left side of the screen, where individuals apply to the University of Michigan-Flint for their undergraduate degree, and you can see the information listed there relative to the GPA, SAT, or ACT, and how to apply through either online through the traditional opportunity or through the Common App. And lastly, for individuals that perhaps would like to enter into the honors program, please note that you'd have to have a 3.5 GPA or higher. ACT and SAT are optional, and there is not only just the application to the University of Michigan-Flint, but also one for the Honors College itself. One of the things I would like to draw your attention to are these first-year merit scholarships. This is a great opportunity for you, either a student or a parent of a student that's interested in considering a bachelor's degree at the University of Michigan-Flint, but in particular, this Physical Therapy Accelerated Pathway. I talked previously about how this 6-year program would decrease tuition costs, but I also want to draw your attention to these merit scholarships that are available. As you can see on the top line within this table, you can look and see what your high school GPA or your student's high school GPA would be and their SAT score to indicate what type of merit may be available for them. I strongly encourage you to consider this, and typically these first-year merit scholarships are renewable for all years that they're involved in their undergraduate education, thus cutting costs even more so than what we would typically have if this merit scholarship wasn't available. In addition, I'd like to talk a little bit about the Michigan Achievement Scholarship, and this is relevant for our in-state students. Just recently, this was announced by the governor's office for high school graduates of the class of 2023 and after. Individuals will be eligible for a number of different levels of tuition support to complete an education either at a community college or at a private university or public university such as the University of Michigan-Flint. I definitely encourage you to take a look at these things because it can help in all ways to be able to have yourself, if you're the student, or your child to be able to afford an undergraduate education at this time. The next steps in this process is for you to take action. First, apply to the University of Michigan-Flint. Submit your high school transcripts, complete the FAFSA, and if you're going to be an individual that lives on campus, apply for housing. Lastly, sign up for orientation. If you're not sure about whether or not this is the right step for you, by all means, I would encourage you to come to campus. Take a campus tour through the link that's found below, and if you desire to see the physical therapy classrooms, contact the physical therapy department as well, and we'd be happy to have that happen for you. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share this new and creative way to become a physical therapist from the University of Michigan. Go Blue!